So first, we want to assume that you came into the day wanting to be a buyer of the stock. So first, let's just assume that, right? So let me actually take the volume off of here so it's not clouding the picture. So the answer is, actually, let me make sure there's the same stock in there. The answer is this. The answer is this. As soon as you know that you want to be long a stock coming into the day, then there's two levels that are the primary levels. There's today's opening price, actually more than two. Let's actually go through all of them. There's the opening price. There's yesterday's low and the previous day's high. Those are the primary levels for everything that we do, especially as active traders. So if you come into the day wanting to be long the stock, and let me actually make this one a little thicker and a darker color so we can see it. This would be the primary level. So that would be, okay, everything's on the same page. If we're above the opening price and above the current hour and above the previous day's low, best case scenario is if all of that's happening also above the previous day's high. That is qualifying all of the parameters. And I'm actually going to show you something kind of cool that, actually I want to get into a different software, but that's the start. So you need to have that structure in your mind. Minimum criteria is above the open. Next minimum criteria would be above the current hour. So in this case here, if we look at these same, right, all of these lines are the same thing here. So at this point here, we started to trade back above the previous day's low. And here at 10:30, let me actually drop that in there so that we have some more context. And right there. So right there, the new hour started. Let me zoom that out a little bit. So at that moment, this hour is turning green. So it's still below the opening price, but this hour is green. So that's one of the two minimum criteria, is above the open or above the current hour. So we talked about it yesterday that you need to be monitoring your charts and as often as possible, which I think that we used TradingView as well yesterday, where we were looking at the stock screener. And if you didn't happen to catch the call, you have percentage change all across the board. So in this case here, percentage change by the hour, you can set this filter to basically, it could be percentage change or it could be just the hour. So let me just put change in here, see if they have the without percentage. So here, so you can see change for 1 minute all the way up to 15 minutes, 1 minute. Do they have 60 minute on here? It doesn't look like they have 60 minute, 1 minute, 15, 4 hours. That's weird. They have 1 minute twice. That might be a mistake. So if they don't have that, then you use change by the hour percentage. So we're going to actually just change this to say above 0. So essentially what that would do is that would only now filter out stocks that have a positive hour. So you can see here, none of them have a red hour. So Mo, this would be the easiest way to do it. And again, if you're using TradingView or not, you could probably do it in some other software, but I will tell you straight up, and I don't tell anybody to spend money unless it's worth it. An annual subscription to TradingView is like $300 or something like that. So worth it. It's ridiculous. So this would be the scan that you would run. You would actually just run this scan. And again, think about what we're doing. We're filtering it out. Okay, show me every stock that has a green hourly candlestick. So you could even take this a step further and filter it even deeper. And let's just keep changing here as an example. So let's say this would be change. It wouldn't be from the minute. It would just be change. So change means change from the previous close. So if we say this is also above 0, that just took 2 stocks out of there. So at that point, when this is registering above the current hour is green, that's also telling us that the stock is positive from yesterday. So if we filter it down even more, which this is really kind of cool if you think about it, now we're actually talking about change from the open. This is actually telling us change from the open by 1%. So that also is telling us it's green from the open, green from the current hour, and green from the previous close. So if we actually do this, let's just say we don't want anything that's kind of like on the bubble, and we say it's 0.5. So that means it's actually 50 cents higher than yesterday. So that actually took 3 more stocks out of there. So we're filtering out the best of the best of the best that's moving right now. So this list right now, if we looked at these charts, would have the perfect criteria where the hour is green. And again, you could actually make this even tighter, where you use a percentage. So you could maybe put 0.50 or something like that, whatever you want to use. You could use change percentage has to be at least 1%, which again, these all match that criteria. So this is the way you use the watch list. I think a lot of members of our community, especially brand new members, this is revelatory. Throw a big word out there. It's revelatory because think about what you're doing. We're filtering every stock on Wall Street to do exactly what Mo is asking, which is tell me which stocks are strong right now.